Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a review of the everyday backpack from Peak Design. So I happen to have the black one on the left and also the charcoal one on the right. I'm going to be talking about how good they are as a backpack for myself, and then I'll also do a comparison between the two, and then I'll talk about what I like and what I don't like, and if I had encountered any issues with the bag. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the black one since that's the newer color. The first thing I want to talk about is that this material is very similar to the charcoal one, but it does pick up fingerprints and dust more easily because it's black. So if there's any scuffs on it, it will show up more prevalently. It will be white, much easier. It's hard to see on camera, but I think on the bottom here you'll see that there is some dust from the floor, and it just picks up more easily and it shows a bit easily. Okay, so everyone has basically seen what this backpack is and what it does and how it's like a middle of the road backpack between a camera bag and a regular backpack. So I'll just skim over that really quickly. So there's a side pocket. They have these pads or these Velcro shells that you can take out and you can rearrange as you like. So what I ended up doing was I just basically laid the third one flat, and then I just had two shelves at the bottom. So I'm using this mainly as a backpack. I don't really have any expensive camera equipment. I'm not a photographer, so these shelves aren't that useful for me, but I'll show you how I use them every day a bit later. So the shelves have these little side pockets that you can fold up so you can separate maybe a cable from a charger and so on. There's also the side pockets. The side pockets have a zipper. These expand as well. So you can put like cables and adapters and batteries or whatever else you need to put in there. So similarly, on the other side, there is another side pocket. Same thing, so you can see here that you can actually access the whole bag straight through like this, if you ever need to. And again, there is the side pocket here. So the pocket selection, the little pockets here, is a bit different on the different sides. So I'll try and show you that. So you see here on this side there's a large pocket down the bottom here, whereas on this side there's three small ones and then two medium-sized ones at the bottom. I like how they have braid stitching on the inside. I wish the black one had a bit more accents on the stitching. So all the stitching on the outside of the bag is completely black, so it's more like a stealth kind of look, which is nice, but it is a bit understated, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to just close that up. Okay, so at the top there is their mag latch system. They make it sound like it's really cool. It's actually not that... well, it takes a bit of time to learn how to use it properly. So you have to lift it up and then pull it down, and then you can raise it. So they have 4 clips for you. Really only maybe the bottom 2 is usable. Third one maybe. So this is made mostly for when you're overpacking the bag. So if you have a lot of stuff at the top here, it can fill up all the way to the top. And then if you use the third one, for example, you can't really see here, but the third one still works. So even if you have stuff up here, this extra fabric will make sure that the contents is not exposed. If there's any rain, it won't get into it. But once you get to the top 2, there's actually a gap. So they mentioned this on their website as well. The top 2 isn't for your everyday use. It's for when you have to overpack your bag, when you have so much stuff. It's just like a overload sort of option. So you'll see here that once it gets to this sort of size, there's a chance that the fabric at the top is not enough, so that there could be a hole at the top here, and then water or whatever can get in. Most of the time I just use the last one and the second one. So if I have like my gym gear in there or clothing, and like my shoes are vertical and it's get really full, the second last one or the third one from the top is usually enough for me. So this bag is also famous for its external carry. So there are straps hidden here at the bottom. So it's held in by magnets, which is nice. So you just pop it up. There's a magnet here and here, so it holds. And then they have these straps in here. So I have actually used this once. I bought this long roll of tape, and there was no way I could put it in, and I didn't want to carry it. So I put the tape along here, and then basically they have these hooks, like that, and they just go up here top. So they have these, there's some hooks here, hook it into there, and same on the other side, you hook it into there, and you just lengthen and tighten this as you need. So I've made them pretty tight right now because I was storing them inside, but yes, you can imagine putting something here, like so. So that was pretty nice, although I've only used it once and I've had this bag for maybe 3 or 4 months now. So strap this back in, and then everything hides nicely. So they have a similar strap thing, but this is for like your waist strap, not to strap the equipment, but more to strap yourself to the bag. There is a waist strap, which is actually hidden inside this pocket here, but they have an opening down the bottom, so this area is actually connected. So if you do put anything in there, just be wary that there is a pocket here, so it might open, and if you have any coins or anything, I mean, it's unlikely because it's elastic, it will close itself, but there is a chance. So you can pull this out, take out this strap. I've never used the waist strap. I'm not a waist strap person, not a strap person really. So there's one on this side that you can take out. And there is also another one on the other side. Let me try and get this out. Okay, and there it is. So again, it's a hook, it's not a clip or anything. So, I have never actually used this before. Okay, there we go. So there's this loop on the end here, and then there's a hook on the other side, and you just kind of hook it in, and then you just tighten the strap as you require, like so. So I'll just get rid of that. There is also a chest strap, which goes along here. I've actually taken it and put the strap in a vertical position. It's what they call long-term storage. Basically, I don't use the chest strap very often, but if you do, you can take this off, this hook, and this one down here as well. And basically, I forgot which way it goes now. I'm pretty sure it goes this way. So there's this bit of fabric here. There's different sections, right? So depending on how high you want the strap, you can hook it onto a different section, like so. And then on the other side, you hook it into the corresponding section as well. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why you put down there, but maybe some people need it. And then you put it in here. So basically, this side is meant to stay, and then this side has a little loop that you use to pull, and then you take it off like so. So I basically never use the chest strap. I put it into long-term storage, which they say is like so. I believe it's this way, yes. So one there, and then just underneath here, there's a little hole as well, so you can just pull it and then just push it in, and then you have it in long-term storage. Just tighten the strap a little bit, and I really like this elastic thing that holds onto the excess strap, otherwise it would just be dangling everywhere, which is nice. So there is also a laptop compartment at the top. I think everyone knows. Main laptop compartment, right? And then they have this thing here, which is the tablet compartment, I guess. So you can fit an iPad, or maybe even some documents. And then at the top, there's like a little pocket here. I like to put my glasses, any like portable battery packs, or anything that you need quick access to. I like to put it there. The laptop pocket is quite deep. You can fit, well, I use a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and that goes in quite easily, and there's more space as well. But the MacBook Pro is quite thin. So that's really nice. Just close that. And they have these loops everywhere. So there's one here, and then there's one at the bottom of the bag as well. So you can see. There's one here. So they're for the anti-theft zippers. It's not that secure. It's more like just an inconvenience for the theft or for the thief. So what you do is, so you see the zipper, there's a little, it's kind of like a button, and then you just take it off the button, and then it's a loose thing. And then basically the idea is you loop it through this thing, this loop on the side, and then you do the button back up so that if anyone does try to access your zip, they'll be temporarily prevented by that strap. But of course, if you pull hard enough, it'll probably break, or they just have some scissors or whatever. So yeah, it's there if you need it. Personally, I don't really use it that much. If there's a zipper that you don't use often, so there is two. So this side pocket here has a zipper at the bottom and the top, so you can open from the bottom, or you can open the compartment from the top. So if you don't use the bottom one very often, yeah, you could potentially hook it into that one and just keep it locked or as you like. So they have this reflective piece at the bottom as well, so if you are riding a bike, that's some safety. The one thing I really like about this bag is this key holder that comes with it. So it uses this clip system, so you would put your keys, loop your keys into this thing, and then if you need to release it, you just press down on this circle and then slide it up. So you press down, slide it up, and then you have access to your keys. And then if you need to put it back, you just put it back on and then just press down and slide it forward. I really like that. That's probably one of my favorite things about this bag. And of course, it just hides on the side. So the side also has magnets. You probably can't see, there's a little square patch there. There's a square patch there as well. That's basically what the magnet is. It just clips back on. You probably can't hear it, but there's a little, yeah, so there's a magnet there. There's also these straps as well. So if you do need to put any large item in the side pocket and it extends too high, you can hook it up and then use this loop and have extra security there as well. So I've never used the side ones, but from their promotional videos you put, I don't know, tripods or water bottles, or I don't know how big your water bottle is, but a tripod definitely will fit there. So that's the main tour of the bag, I guess. I'm going to do a quick comparison between this one and the grey one. Okay, so immediately the most obvious difference between the two bags is the different stitching. So you see on the charcoal one you have the red stitching here, and also they have the Peak Design logo here, and above that this has red stitching, whereas the black one is just all black stitching everywhere. It's also black hardware as well. So on the charcoal one you have the grey metal hardware, whereas the black one is just painted black. So something to be aware of is, because it's painted black, any scratches will show pretty obviously. So you can see that there's a bit of scratch here. If the clips inside, they get scratched very easily. Almost immediately after use, you'll see scratches start happening. And also because it's black, any scuffs will show up more easily. So see around the edge of this plate here, there's this bit of white scuffing and dirt. Any dust will show up a lot easier on this black one than on the charcoal one. So on the bottom, it's probably hard to see on camera, but there's like a white line here. That's just from dust from the floor. Definitely, if you want to choose a bag that stays clean, it looks clean at least, I would go for the charcoal one, or or maybe even the grey one that they have, the light colored one. Another difference is the inside color is different. So on the black one, you have it's like this yellow tanned sort of color on the inside, whereas the grey one is like a light grey color. So as you can see here. So while I'm here, I might as well show you how I use this every day. So currently I'm using this charcoal one every day. I'm not using the black one, so I'll just get rid of that. Okay, so let's go through how I use this bag every day. So it's the same layout as the one I have in the black one. So right now I have my Nintendo Switch in the bag. So this is how I have it. Basically this middle shelf I've separated into 3 pockets using these dividers here. So I have one for the dock itself. Let's get rid of that. And then in the middle I have the Switch. I have it in its little pouch thing here. And then on the other side I actually have some Joy-Cons. So that'll keep them separated, and at least it won't be banging against the Switch and the dock, which is nice. And then finally on the bottom, I have this pocket here, and I just put the charger as well. So that's normally how I have it every day. So it's the same configuration as the black one. So this one I just lay flat on the bottom. I basically don't use this, and then I have 2 here. So if I do decide to go to the gym or something, I put my shoes up here like that, and then I just roll up my clothes and I shove them down the bottom. So if you get the 30-liter one, obviously you'll get a bit more space. So these are both 20 liters. The space is enough for me. It does get a little crammed if you have large shoes, for example. or if you want to carry a lot of stuff. So bear that in mind. So that's basically the only differences between the black and the grey one. It's just the color, the accents, and how easy they are to pick up dirt. Alright, since I used the black one to go through the main features, I'm going to use the charcoal one to talk about what I like and dislike about the bag. So okay, first of all, overall I do like this bag. I think it's an awesome bag. I use it as a backpack, not as a camera bag. So take it for what you will. I'm not a camera person, so if you are looking for a camera bag, this might not be the review you're looking for. I use it as a regular backpack. So I really like the design. I like these like red accents, the straps, the red stitching, and then the silver hardware. This looks really nice. I really like that. I like how the bag retains its shape. So even when it's empty, so right now it's empty, but it's still holding its shape very well. I like that. At first I didn't like this mag latch system. I thought it was kind of crap. But after a while you get used to it. You pull this up, you lift it, and it gets really good. It gets pretty good. The opening at the top is small, so they haven't designed this bag for open top use, basically. They basically designed it for you to mainly use the side pockets basically 100% of the time, which is good, but I guess I'm just used to opening my backpacks from the top, so just bear that in mind. It's not a big issue, but it does make the top less useful. I really like the laptop compartment because I like how it's separate from everything. So I hate bags that have this fancy looking flap at the top, but to get to anything you have to open the goddamn flap, which is really annoying. But here, because they have the zipper, you can get to it without actually touching this, which is great. So yeah, I have my glass at the top and a phone. There's also, I forgot to mention, there is a secret compartment, they call it here. It's closed by a magnet. You could probably put like a passport or something. They give you a little sticker in here. I left it in there. Honestly, I think this is pretty useless. You might put your ID or something in there, but I basically don't use this at all. So I like the design. I like how there's external carry, even though I don't really use it. But when you do, and it comes in use, that's very helpful. And I really like the handles. So the handles feel really nice. The side handles are great. Both have handles on both sides. I like how they extend out when you need them, and you don't need them, just push them down, and they kind of fall flat a little bit, which is great. Side pockets are great. The key holder thing was great. I like how everything is closed by magnets, and everything looks really nice. So I'm going to talk about the things I don't like about this bag. So I feel like this bag is like an in-between a backpack and a camera bag. So it sacrifices things from both ends. So I'm not a camera person, so from what I've heard, these shelves aren't that great, from what I heard, from a camera perspective. So I don't know, apparently they don't provide too much protection or whatever, not enough configuration options and so on, which is irrelevant to me, but it does tell me that for a photographer, this might not be the perfect bag. But as a backpack person, I feel like these shelves are not super useful for my use either. Which is why I moved them all the way to the bottom. And this is a good compromise actually. So in this configuration, it works really well for me. If I need to, I can put a charger in here. Normally when I go to the gym, I put my shoes up here, and then I roll up my clothes, and then I kind of shove them down the bottom, which works. So this is the 20-liter one. I don't know if I mentioned it, but both bags are 20-liter. If you get the 30-liter one, you might have more space, and you might not have this issue. So I guess I kind of dislike the shelves. From a regular backpack user, you might not find them to be super useful. I do like the side pockets, but because I put a lot of stuff in the side pockets, I put like cables and adapters. When you close it, it does force these to fold a little bit, which is okay, but it's not that bad. But it does just be wary that the side pockets do take up space, basically. So the number one thing I don't like about this bag are the straps. So don't get me wrong, the straps are very comfortable. They swivel, which is great. But this is also the reason why I have two of these. So I had originally got the black one, and then I started using it, and after a day, I noticed that the straps just get longer and longer as I used it. Even in a 10-minute walk, especially the left one would get much longer as I walked. Like it would loosen up and then it would just slide up and just get really long. And it was very noticeable because I happened to be able to pull the strap all the way down, and I managed to actually put the strap inside the hole down here where the waist strap comes out. So I managed to put it in there. And then as I was walking, it just kept going longer and it actually came out. So it became something like this. And that's extremely noticeable because, previously I had it inside and now it's all the way sticking out. So definitely something is wrong. And then I thought I wasn't wearing it right. I thought the bag was defective and so on. And then I did a lot of searching. So actually on the Peak Design page, they even have a page explaining about straps getting loose. So that kind of tells you that there might be some design issue with the strap itself. It might be because they designed it for quick release. So in their videos, they always say, oh, pull this tab and then you can release it, which is true, which is great. But I prefer my straps not to slip. So I looked at the bag thoroughly. I checked all the areas. I thought, what the hell is wrong? And then I noticed that one of the straps are longer than the other one. So then I saw down here where this attaches to the bag. You see this section here? You might not be able to see there. But this triangle piece is a bit longer on this side than on this side. Just ever so slightly. So you see here, this point here is a bit shorter than the other side. So then I contacted Peak Design about it, and they said, okay, look, you can replace the bag or you can get a discount on getting a second one. So I didn't like the black color anyway, so I got that gray one. And the gray one doesn't have this issue, which is awesome. So now this bag is almost perfect. So this doesn't slip anymore. I wear the gray one every day. I walk about 20 minutes to work and it doesn't slip, which is great. So that was the major issue, was the strap slipping. So hopefully if you do buy this bag, you won't get this issue. Unfortunately I did, but Peak Design basically gave me a cheaper bag, but then I had to buy two. Anyway, moving on. The second thing I really hate about this bag are these, again, straps. So these bits, right, they dangle along. When you get the bag, this is what it will look like. You'll be wearing your bag and you have these things flapping along, which is really crap. I mean, think about it. This bag has done so well, hiding everything, making everything look neat and tidy, and then they don't give you anything to hide these. Like, what the hell, man? Does that even make sense? So what I ended up having to do is I had to get some elastic myself and then sew this on so that these straps wouldn't dangle around. I mean, come on, this is like a $400, $300 bag, depending on where you buy it from, and it hasn't got these basic straps. But the thing is, it has one here, right? They give you one here so that this thing doesn't dangle around. So, I mean, not a major issue, but come on, guys. Anyway, that's my major issues with this bag. There's only really two major issues. Actually, there is a third one. It's a bit more minor, but since this video is so long, I might as well go ahead and talk about it. The craftsmanship is not like great between bags. So this black one, when I got it, I thought it was awesome. Like everything, all the cuts were nice, the sewing was nice, the bag looked symmetrical. Only issue was the straps being one longer than the other one, so therefore they slipped. This one is not as symmetrical. It's hard to see on camera, but basically this lid is slightly, you can see it now, if I hold this down straight, you see it's slightly to the right, which means this gap here, as you can see, there's a wide gap here and there's a small gap here. I mean, if I just put it down slightly off angle, you probably won't notice it. But stuff like that, I mean, it's an expensive bag. I wish the craftsmanship was just a little bit better. You probably won't notice it unless you compare it side by side. And unfortunately for me, I had two bags to compare, and me being me, I compared them, and then now I'm stuck with a perfect looking bag with a loose strap, or a not so perfect looking bag with a really good strap. So yeah, my dilemmas of life. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This is my review of the Peak Design Everyday Backpack. Both are 20 liter, one is black, one is charcoal, and thanks for watching.